It is a very, very, very bad day. No matter where you look, whether it's going to be the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, Bitcoin, Cardano, Algorand, Solana, Polkadot, everything is a certain color. And that color, of course, is red. Red sucks. Guys, we were doing so good. We were doing a crazy roll. We were getting in such a bull market. Yes, believe it or not, we were most certainly in a bull market. You don't believe me? Let's look at crypto real fast. It dropped all the way down to 17,600. Let's just call it 18,000. It went all the way up to 25,000. That is an increase of over 30%, which means it's bullish territory. Same thing for the NASDAQ. At one point, the NASDAQ was down over 34%. At one point, we came all the way back and we're up positive low 20-something%. But it seems like we have an abrupt halt. So the question is, why is everything halted? Let's try to explain it and try to make some sense of what's going on. But before we do, let's just look at the market and see what the heck is going on, and let's cry us a river all together. Guys, S&P 500 down 1.29%, Dow Jones down 0.86%, and my lovely NASDAQ, where most of my money is invested, is down a massive 2.01%. I got absolutely obliterated with Palantir down nearly 7%. I did buy some call options of Palantir, and I'll share that in just a moment. And as you can see, everything else is down as well. Let's take a quick look at what's happening with cryptocurrency. The entire crypto market decreased 8.14%. Bitcoin is down 9% in 24 hours. Ethereum's even worse at 10%. Binance 6.3%. Solana was not saved at 10%. And Dogecoin, Polkadot, all above 11%. Of course, my lovely Algorand, that is supposed to be in the 26th, 27th spot, is now on the 31st spot. It sucks to be an Algorand holder, but I am very bullish, is also down 10.44%. So the question is, what exactly happened to crypto? What exactly happened to stocks? If you read CNBC, they said sudden crypto market drop sends Bitcoin below 22,000. They said the reason for the drop was not immediately clear. Later on in this article, they start talking about how everything dropped at the same time. Cardano, Polkadot, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then they write something that says very, very interesting. And I quote, "It's not showing the pattern of a flash crash as assets didn't immediately rebound sharply, but sank even lower in the hours followed. It seems likely that this was a result of a large sale transaction in the absence of more external factors." And then I quote again, "The U.S. equity markets have pulled back since Wednesday's release of the July Fed meeting minutes. The key takeaway being that the Fed likely won't be finished with rate hikes until inflation is tamed across the board, with no guidance offered on the future rate increases either." Guys, I keep telling you this. Everyone assumes that the Federal Reserve is going to be raising 50 basis points, but I'm telling you they will be raising it, if they have any brains, by 75 basis points. And there has to be some havoc and there has to be some red if we ever want this market to be green in 2023. We definitely have some more pain ahead. Will it be as bad as what we had before? I'm not sure. I personally don't think so. I personally don't think that this was a bull rally in a bear market rally. I don't think that's what we're seeing right here. I do see that we had a correction that we went all the way down, right? That's when NASDAQ was down 34%. That's when Bitcoin went down to like $17,600. But what I think is happening right now is a correction of the correction. So there was a huge correction, then it corrected up, and now there's a correction from that up. A couple of days ago, I told you that I stopped buying Bitcoin, I stopped buying Ethereum, I stopped buying Algo, I stopped dollar cost averaging, and I'm saving up my money for real estate. I stopped doing the same thing with stocks. I stopped buying major bulk of stocks because I was buying during this downtrend. The problem is when the prices go down, nobody's buying. And then when the prices go up, everyone's like, I wish the prices are going to go down, I'm going to buy. It happens with both real estate and stocks. This video is for both. And I hate it. You know, earlier today I made a Palantir video and somebody says, I can't wait until Palantir goes down more. I will be buying. Bro, shut the F up. STFU with the double FU and the emphasis on FU. Guys, stop betting against your team. Seriously, stop betting against the holdings that you have. Stop wishing the price is going to go down. That schmuck, Carl to the Moon, says, you know, wishful thinking, wishful thinking. Well, if you have wishful negative thinking, it comes true. So stop betting against your own team. Last quote from this article. With the tight correlation between the U.S. equities and crypto in recent months, I suspect this has filtered through to the crypto markets, and that's why we are seeing the sell-off. The trend has also perhaps been exacerbated by liquidation of long positions on Bitcoin's perpetual futures market. Yes, bing, ding dong, you got it. You hit the nail on the head. Crypto is now correlated with equities. Crypto is just another sub-asset of the tech sector. Nothing more, nothing less. And if you're trying to understand what's happening to crypto, all you got to understand is what's happening with the stock market. And if you believe it's going to happen to the stock market, specifically NASDAQ, then you must believe that it's going to be happening to the crypto market as well. So this explains why crypto is dropping, because equities is dropping. Now let's try to figure out why equities is dropping. So this article came out 3 hours ago. Yesterday I was in my Patreon group, shout out to the guys, and I think the guy's name on Twitter is Whale Hunter, if I'm not mistaken, and he says that there's about to be a 2 trillion plus expiration of options this Friday, and I'm like, oh, what's the big deal? And apparently it's like the trifecta or the quadrilemma or what the heck it is. Basically there's a shit ton of options of shorts and longs that had to be liquidated today, and this is why the market was dropped. With over $2 trillion in expiration options may mean for stocks. A heavy dose of options is set to expire today, including roughly $1.4 trillion tied to the S&P 500, as well as $430 billion tied into single stocks. The balance tied to other indexes, according to Goldman Sachs. Why does it matter? When investors trade bullish call options or bearish put options, which give the right, not obligations, to buy and sell the underlying security, dealers on the other side of the trade hedge their exposure. The hedging activity can either increase or suppress market volatility, helping create or mitigate market swings. Is $2.1 trillion a lot? Yes, generally speaking. That being said, June 17th saw $3.4 trillion worth of options expiring. That also happens to be the day the current market rally began. So it's so funny. The last liquidation on June 17th ignited a market rally. Today's liquidation of $2.1 trillion caused a market bear rally or a retraction of this bull market. And that essentially, ladies and gentlemen, is what explains what's happening today. It could have went one way or the other. That explains why equities are down, which means all stocks. And this also explains why all crypto is down. Guys, I'm going to say it very clearly. At the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen. And all you could do is track the data and track past experiences and hopefully predict what's going to happen tomorrow and what's going to happen in a few months from now and what's going to happen in a year from now. For me, I'm just trying to see what's happening with the recession. I'm trying to keep track of the jobs market. I'm trying to keep track of real estate prices, mortgage rates, federal fund rates, consumer sentiment, CPI, and PPI reports. That's all you can do. Everything is showing that inflation is going down. Now, some people are going to blame Biden and say this is all artificial. That's not the truth. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a Biden fan, but I can't say that it's artificial. All I have is the data that's in front of me. It's so funny. I'll say gas is going down. People are like, Biden. I'll say gas is going up. Biden. You know, and when Trump was in power, Trump. Guys, it's so funny. All you can do is track the data that you have in front of you. Everything takes time. It's not done in the short interim time. It takes time, a long time. So a lot of people were hoping that the prices were going to go down. Well, you got your wish. The prices have went down. I guarantee you 99% of the people that said, hey, I hope the prices went down, are not doing jack shit with their positions because now you're scared and frightened to make any moves. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not advice. This is purely entertainment and education. But in investing, you have to make your moves, right? You can't just sit in the corner and cry, hope for something to happen. When that thing happens, you're like, I'm not doing anything because now it's scary. Like, bro, make your moves. But then when the price is going to be skyrocketed, you guys are going to be saying, hey, I'm going to buy in right now. It's stupidity. And this goes for crypto, stocks, real estate, precious metal, whatever type of investing that you want to do. Look, I stopped dollar cost averaging up for my crypto. I stopped dollar cost averaging up for my stocks at one point, and I learned my lesson. I buy at these crazy high prices into really good companies, in my opinion, and good investments. I just buy at the wrong time. When I was speaking to Arnie of Arnie Investing, great channel, great dude, he explained to me, don't just look at the company. You can get the company right, but it's all about the value, risk versus reward, and buying at the right time. So I have to be really, really patient. I promise you, today I wanted to deploy like $50,000 to go buy something, and I'm like, Adam, just relax and be patient. Things can go down more. Things can also go up. But I promise you, you will always find a place. Let me rephrase that. You will always find a place to deposit your money. You will always find some sort, shape, or form of a deal. Always there's something around the corner. Different cryptos, different stocks, different real estate, so on and so forth. By the way, I made a video earlier about buying real estate for as low as $50. Definitely check out that video. I'm going to leave a link to it up above. That video allows you to buy real estate through cryptocurrency or through fiat through Lofty AI. And I do have a link to Lofty AI down below if you want to try that out. It's completely 100% passive investing. They do everything for you. So now the question is, what do you think is going to happen? Gas prices have steadily been going down. Crude oil has steadily been going down. Inflation is steadily starting to go down. Jobs market is still very strong. The Federal Reserve is going to meet in September. We're going to get another CPI meeting. We're going to get another PPI meeting. We're going to get a consumer sentiment report at the end of this month. And then we're going to get a JOLT report. And then we're going to get a jobs report. And with all this data, hopefully we're going to predict what's going to be happening in the FOMC meeting. I would not be surprised if the market is going to have a bad Monday and then start to recover into the Federal Reserve meeting. And then in the Federal Reserve meeting, maybe we're going to anticipate 75 basis points and it's not going to kill us. I honestly thought the market was going to keep going up until the Federal Reserve meeting or close to it. And then when we heard about the 75 basis points instead of 50 basis points, this would have tanked the market. But it is what it is, and we got this $2.1 trillion of liquidations, and the market is down right now. It's going to be very interesting to see what the crypto market is going to do over the weekend. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen next week. Now, don't worry right now about Bitcoin. A lot of people are like, hey, Bitcoin can hit 10,000. Maybe it could. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. All I'm saying is, as long as Bitcoin is above 20,000, don't worry. If Bitcoin goes under 20,000 and hits 19,000, panic, worry, everything is red. That is a huge problem because the support is going to be 100% broken. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, I promised you that I was going to show you what plays I did today. So I did 2 buys. Let me show it to you. The first buy that I did was of a stock called DNA. I have a video to this. I'm going to leave it at the end of this video. You guys can check it out. It's a stock. It's heavily beat up. I bought $1,142 worth of it. I bought 400 at $2.85. The 52-week low was around $2.10 off the top of my head. And they absolutely destroyed earnings. So they grew 230%, and they're valued at $2.85. They're down 70-something% from 52-week highs, and they were all the way up to like $15 and change. So for me, this is a huge risk versus reward play. And I'm willing to take the risk of this going to zero, which I don't think it will, because I think that the reward is huge. This thing can 5x, 10x, and 20, 30x in the future if it's going to be one of these like biotech type of plays in the future. But that's not what it is exactly. It's more like a DNA engineering, DNA synthetic artificial engineering plant, okay? So that's the first thing that I bought. The second play that I bought today, I bought Palantir call options. This is an $8.50 call option. This is for the date of September 9th. I bought it at 51 cents. I bought 10 contracts. I paid $510 for this. For anybody that doesn't understand contracts, the most money that you can lose when you're playing contracts is the amount you paid for the contracts. I did not buy the shares. I bought 10 contracts for the right to buy shares in the future if I hit my strike price of $8.50. So I bought pretty much in the money. Each contract is worth 100 shares. So if I initiate this contract, let's just say, for example, this would be 1,000 shares, but I don't have to do all 10 contracts. I could do 1 or 10 or 5, whatever I want. So if I do 10 contracts, I can buy 1,000 shares of Palantir for the price of $8.50, which would be $8,500 if I wanted to initiate it. Or if I'm in the money, I can sell my call options and make some tendies, make some money. The reason why I did this specific play is because I believe on the 5th of September, the NHS is going to give us an update about what's happening with their NHS contract. I did make a video about Palantir and the NHS contract. You can click the link up above if you guys want to hear more about that. But essentially, I found a lot of links that were linking Palantir to NHS. And when I say I found it, I mean Ether Squared and the rest of the Discord Palantir community that found it. And because of that, I believe that there's going to be a huge announcement that either Palantir is winning the contract or Palantir is somehow associated with the contract. And because of that, I preemptively am buying these calls to expire on the Friday of the week that they're supposed to announce something. I'm taking a risk, a $500 risk. It is what it is. I honestly think this is going to play out, and I really do think that the price of Palantir is cheap at $8.50. It seems like the new line is $10, and that's when I stopped making big purchases at $10. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Please give me the likes. Please give me the shares. Please give me the subscribe if you like this type of information. I'm trying to be very durable. I'm trying to be very nimble. I'm trying to do as much as possible with all 3 of my channels and give you guys the most entertainment I possibly can. When I say entertainment, I don't just mean looking at this stupid ass face. I mean, I'm trying to be quirky and make you laugh so that you guys can have a great weekend this weekend. Thank you so much. Have a great day. The Berg is out.